The word automotive comes from the Greek word auto means self and motive means moving. What is in your mind when you hear the word automotive? An automobile is a self-propelled vehicle that travels on land. It usually has four wheels and an engine provides the power to move the vehicle. It also carries people for their personal transportation.
Flashback.
Let's talk about the history of automobile. The first automobile were basically horse-drawn buggies and carriages powered by gasoline fuel engines instead of horse. They were called gas buggies and horseless carriage. The early engines had one cylinder that could produce only 1 or 2 horsepower. Most manufacturers were building cars that kept getting bigger and more expensive. Ford wanted to make cars as cheaply as possible so more people could buy them. By 1908, he had the car in production that put America on wheels. This was the first Model T Ford manufactured in the modern assembly line. During the next 20 years, 15 million Model T cars were sold. Let's now proceed to the different types of automobile. The basic automobile is privately owned for transporting the owner and his or her passenger. Other types of cars includes the following: alternative fuel vehicle, armored vehicle, battery vehicle or electric, police car, solar vehicle, or taxi cab. Let's now move on the engine auxiliary system. Number 1 is cooling system. Cooling system is made up of the passages inside the engine block and heads, a water pump to circulate the coolant, a thermostat to control the temperature of the coolant, a radiator to cool the coolant, a radiator cap to control the pressure in the system, and some plumbing consisting of interconnecting hoses to transfer the coolant from the engine to radiator, and also to the car's heater system where hot coolant is used to warm up the vehicle's interior on a cold day. Next is the fuel system. The fuel system supplies fuel to the engine. It also has the function to remove trash or dust and to regulate the volume of supply. The fuel system consists of fuel tank, which is a container for storing fuel, a fuel pump that pumps the fuel from the fuel tank to the engine. Fuel filter contains a filter element to remove contamination from the fuel. A pressure regulator that regulates the fuel pressure at an optimal level at all times, resulting in a stable fuel injection. The fuel tank cap, this covers the fuel tank. A valve is attached to keep the pressure constant in the tank. Fuel cock or petcock, a small shut-off valve used to control the flow of liquid or gas. And the last system is lubrication system. The lubrication system uses an oil pump to continuously supply engine oil throughout the inside of the engine. This system reduces friction between parts with a film of oil. If the engine is run without oil, the function can be caused it to run poorly and cause even meltdown. In addition to lubrication, engine oil cools and cleans the engine. An oil pan contains oil that is located at the bottom of the engine. Oil strainer, metal mesh located at the oil inlet to remove large dust particles. Oil pump, pumps oil that has accumulated in the oil pan to the various areas of the engine. Dipstick or level gauge, this gauge is used for checking the oil level and for oil contamination. Oil pressure switch, this switch monitors whether or not the pressure of the engine oil is normal. And last, oil filter. Oil filter filters the fine dust or metal particles that cannot be removed with the oil strainer. Bawat bata may tanong, ba't ganito, ba't ganon? Hayang buksan ang isipan sa pagkain o sasakyan. Tayo na sa ISUkwela, tuklasin natin ang siyensya, buksan ang pag-iisip. Tayo'y likas na industrialist. Tayo na sa ISUkwela, tuklasin natin ang siyensya, kinabukasan ng ating bayan, siguradong makakamtan. Sa daigdig ng agham, tuklasin ang kaalaman. Halina't lumipad sa daigdig ng isipan. Tayo na sa ISUkwela, tuklasin natin ang siyensya, buksan ang pag-iisip. Tayo'y likas na industrialist. Tayo na sa ISUkwela, tuklasin natin ang siyensya, kinabukasan ng ating bayan, siguradong makakamtan.